As the Senate continues to confirm President Trump's cabinet nominees, members of both political parties seem opposed to one, while local parents want the Senate to vote against Betsy DeVos.
As the flu spreads, why a trip to your local grocery store could speed up your recovery time.
And our temperatures were a little colder today. We've got more of that winter cold on the way. I'll let you know what to expect for the next couple of days.
Breaking news, UC Berkeley on lockdown. An event canceled tonight after protests erupted on campus. Now, there have been fires and clashes with police. It is in response to a campus visit from Breitbart News editor Milo Yiannopoulos. He is a self-proclaimed internet troll. The school's college Republicans organized the event. A similar event at UC Davis last month had to be canceled over security concerns. We'll keep following that throughout the show this evening. A showdown on Capitol Hill.
6 of the president's 21 nominees have been confirmed by the Senate.
But his choice for education secretary is in trouble. 2 Republican senators say they will not vote for Betsy DeVos, both saying she lacks experience in education. Matt Fleener live in Johnson County with the concerns and support from parents in our area.
Betsy DeVos also favors school choice, and in some states that means putting tax money onto a debit card so you can send your kids to private school. In other states, it's putting money into an education savings account at a bank. But some parents are fighting that philosophy.
It's after-school activity for Elizabeth Arnold, her husband, and her daughter. But this Johnson County mother is also battling for her daughter's education away from the studio in public schools.
We've just got to change our thinking.
My phone died today because I was calling Senator Moran to try to convince him.
But one mom chooses to fight with her daughter here and when she returns to public school tomorrow.
You are dismissed. And groups for and against have been organizing here in Johnson County. As you just heard, some of their phones have been dying tonight. Stephen?
The vote on DeVos could happen in the Senate as early as Friday. Republicans on both sides of the state line supporting Betsy DeVos' nomination. Missouri Senator Roy Blunt saying she understands decisions about education and need to get back to school boards and parents.
Kansas Senator Jerry Moran says he's had a number of concerns about her nomination after speaking with her today. Moran says they both are on the same page and have the same goals of letting state, local districts, and school boards determine student curriculum. Chilly but mild and a possibility for flurries this weekend.
First Alert meteorologist Neville Miller in the Weather Center.
That's right, guys. You know, that cold air is moving in. We had a high today of 40 degrees. Plus, a lot more on our next chance of seeing rain or snow. That's coming up.
Improvements to the Kansas Amber Alert program. The state's attorney general recommending changes to make sure the system begins work immediately to find a missing child. Derek Schmidt releasing his review. He recommends the KBI improve training for law enforcement agencies on how to quickly respond to child abductions. He also says local police should come up with procedures to shorten the Amber Alert request process. In Missouri, the family of murder victim Haley Owens pushing for faster response in the state's Amber Alert system. Haley was killed in February 2014. The father of her accused murderer says if the Amber Alert had come sooner, he would have recognized his son's license plates and gotten involved before it was too late. The search continues for a missing UMKC student, 20-year-old Tony Anderson, last seen mid-January in North Kansas City at a Quick Trip on Burlington. Just moments before that, she was pulled over by police. Friends and family started a petition trying to get enough support for the release of dash cam footage or any other surveillance video. Now, I have shared that petition on my Facebook and on Twitter. We also have that online at KMBC.com. Family and friends will be back out Saturday at English Landing Park searching for Tony.
Charges in that assault captured on video at a group home for children in Bolivar, Missouri. A football player at Southwest Baptist University charged with child abuse and assault. Via Manuma, one of 2 suspects seen beating a boy in that video. Police stepping in to make sure all children are safe. Happening now, the search for this man, William Simmons. Detectives believe he may have information about a homicide that happened on Sunday near Meyer Boulevard in the Paseo. If you see him, call the TIPS hotline 816-474-TIPS.
Happening now, a prison lockdown in Smyrna, Delaware. Some of the inmates are holding 4 Department of Corrections employees hostage. They called a local newspaper saying the prison needs better conditions for inmates, citing improper sentencing orders and incorrect status sheets. Earlier this evening, new details on what led to the situation.
A correctional officer made a radio call for immediate assistance from within C building, which houses over 100 inmates. At this point, correctional officers responded to assist and the facility was placed on lockdown.
One of the hostages was let go. That hostage taken to the hospital but expected to recover.
Flu cases have spiked in the metro. Take a look at this. The Kansas City Health Department alone has gone from 138 cases on January 1st all the way to 571 on January 22nd, 3 weeks later. Tonight, Brian Johnson shows us why a trip to the grocery store could improve your recovery time. Brian.
Yes, Stephen, rather than wait till you might have to come to the ER to get treatment, some people are going to their local grocery store. That is because St. Luke's has partnered with Hy-Vee to bring care closer to home. Winter illnesses are spreading across the metro, with nurses seeing a rise in the flu.
I still recommend getting the flu shot. I've been exposed to the flu over and over, and knock on wood, I'm still okay.
Now, if you do end up getting Tamiflu, it doesn't come cheap. They tell me the average copay is about $100. Stephen.
A brand new health clinic at Overland Park. Shawnee Mission Health opened its new center in the Blue Hawk development. They started taking patients at 8 o'clock this morning. It's open 24/7. The Shawnee Fire Department teaching life-saving skills. It's holding Heart Saver first aid, CPR, and AED training. It covers life-saving techniques for infants, children, and adults. The next training free and open to anyone 16 years and older on March 11th and 18th. The city hopes to start holding classes once a month.
An effort in Kansas expanding access to a potentially life-saving drug. In 2015, more than 15,000 people died from overdoses involving prescription opioids like OxyContin or Vicodin. But there's a drug that can reverse an opiate overdose, Narcan. Our State of Addiction series continues tonight as we look at a new bill in Topeka. In Kansas, EMTs and police cannot give out that drug, just paramedics and doctors. House Bill 2217, though, would change that. It would allow anyone to administer Narcan, including bystanders. The bill is set for a hearing in a state House committee Tuesday afternoon. Missouri passed a law allowing first responders to use the drug last year. KMBC 9 News and our parent company, Hearst Television, are committed to looking at the state of opioid addiction in our communities and looking for solutions. If you or someone you love is battling addiction, there is help. A list of resources available on the 9 Can Help section of KMBC.com. 9 Can Help your family stay safe online. The Shawnee Police Department holding an internet safety seminar this month. Officers will discuss cyberbullying, child predators, and general online dangers. The event is free, no registration needed. It is a big night in Lawrence with the Jayhawks hosting Baylor.
But another big name was in Lawrence tonight, and it was awesome, baby! Alan Shope has more.
Well, when ESPN comes to town, they pull out the big guns. In fact, Dick Vitale doing the game tonight.
Jackson is a diaper dandy, is as good as there is in America.
And so is Vitale when it comes to calling college basketball games.
Yeah, that game right now still going on. Baylor up 36-34 just into the second half. Len will have some highlights coming up in sports.
Some new sculptures at Oak Park Mall, how they are supposed to inspire you to do some good.
Many of you may be swerving to avoid potholes on the road, while road crews say it's a two-way street if you want to get them fixed.
A cat rescue from Clay County Sheriff's deputies. The video that's going viral.
A car ends up in a frozen swimming pool, how the teens inside got out safe.
All right, it's starting to feel a little bit more like winter outside. Let you know how cold things are going to be for the next several days, plus look ahead to your weekend forecast. All of that's coming up after the break.
Back to our breaking news. UC Berkeley on lockdown. Protests erupting on campus. These are violent protests. Police ordering protesters now to disperse. There have been fires, vandalism, and clashes with police. It is in response to a campus visit from Breitbart News editor Milo Yiannopoulos, a self-proclaimed internet troll. The school's college Republicans organized the event. A similar event at UC Davis last month had to be canceled over security concerns. We are keeping a very close eye on that story here this evening. In the meantime, those pesky potholes are still popping up. It is the season for them. The roads freezing and thawing along with the temperatures.
Yeah, Taisha Walker is live in Kansas City with a different perspective on potholes. Taisha.
Stephen, those potholes are everywhere, many of them on the road, some of them in parking lots. You can see the length of this one, more than 2 feet. The city knows about these potholes, but can't track them all without your help. Most of us drive past them commuting to and from work.
I just try to drive around them.
Drivers have to report the ones they see. I get it. Many of us are so focused on the potential damage to our tires that we forget to call 311 and let them know about the potholes. The city says that's the fastest way to get them fixed. Stephen?
Yeah, like she said, you can contact 311 by either calling, texting, tweeting, sending an email, or filling out a form online.
A scare in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. A car crashes into an icy swimming pool. A teenager behind the wheel.
Panicking, two young girls, 17 years old, scared,
The parents of the teens' parents rather say the side airbags went off, blocking the front doors. The girls had to crawl out the back seat. The homeowner ran outside, jumping into the pool to save them both.
They was nice, very nice. They like, oh, I'm sorry, like, what happened, what damage happened to the house? I said, don't worry about the house. Just, thanks God, you girls okay,
Police say the teens hit a utility pole. Their car took off through several yards, crashing through bushes and a fence before plunging into the pool. Police blame inexperience for the crash. Firefighters rescue a puppy caught in a rough situation.
The Butte Silver Bow Fire Department in Montana sharing pictures of Blaze. The puppy got his little head stuck in the wheel. Firefighters say with a lot of coconut oil, patience, and ear tucking, they were able to get him out. Blaze is okay tonight. Firefighters say he stayed cool, calm, and collected, never making a sound because he's a good boy.
Oh, sweet little puppy.
This next story, almost a catastrophe, a strange encounter.
Man.
Yeah, I had to get it in there. I apologize.
We are bad tonight.
It's between a Clay County Sheriff's deputy and a cat.
It was caught on video that's now going viral. Take a look. The cat jumped out the front of a deputy's car, and then, well, the deputy says it stopped as if asking for help. And then that deputy saw what happened. Well, the cat had a tomato paste can stuck over its head.
Tried tugging on it first. He had his head pretty stuck, and I just kept on tugging on it until the can finally came off, and then he saw me and he looked at me and took off running.
Cody says he's never seen anything like it. Can's become a work of art.
Kansas City architects, engineers, and contractors showed off their skills at the Oak Park Mall for the 16th annual Canstruction, another pun. Teams made sculptures from just canned goods to encourage others to donate to harvesters. It was quite a project.
We started about 8 a.m. this morning and finished around 2:30 this afternoon. We have approximately a little over 3,000 cans here in this design.
The sculptures will be on display until March 2nd, then we'll head over to harvesters.
And Neville, you were there tonight checking it all out.
Yes, I was. And I tell you what, the one you saw behind her there in that interview, the David Bowie one, that had to be my favorite. They all were really good, but that was probably my favorite one there. They did a great job. I believe we're in the middle of winter. We're looking at 50s guys on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And then as we get into the latter half next week, looks like maybe winter will try and come back a little bit. But you know what? All in all, not hearing too many complaints about 50s.
No, absolutely not.
Yes.
We have been enjoying it. It's been great.
It's been great.
All right, well, a Boston Marathon survivor will marry her guardian angel later on this year. Roseanne Sedoya lost her leg in the 2013 attack. A firefighter helped her to the hospital, visiting her every day until she was released from rehab. That's when he swept her off her feet. Roseanne says her mother couldn't be happier.
I remember it being day 2, I guess, and she's like, that firefighter is so cute. And all I could think to myself was, are you kidding me? I was just blown up and you're trying to match me.
Some perspective. You can read about her story in Roseanne's new book, Perfect Strangers. The couple will take their vows in December. An inspiring 9-year-old in Las Vegas.
Lily's showing everyone her prosthetic legs don't hold her back.
I actually went to the nail salon and I got them painted.
Lily says it used to be a hassle to get her prosthetics on or off, but she has a new upgrade. Lily is now one of the first people in the world to have this prosthetic called Comfort Flex Adapt.
I do not have to ask my mom to help me, and I feel powerful.
Yes, absolutely powerful you are. Lily's advice for others who have prosthetics: be proud of yourself, your legs, and be strong.
You go, girl.
Metro athletes make it official. It's National Signing Day.
Plus, the Kansas Jayhawks tip off with the Big 12 conference lead on the line.
Yeah, but before we go to break, we continue following this breaking news out of Berkeley, California. More police being sent in to disperse protesters. Those protests turning violent, forcing UC Berkeley on lockdown. We will continue to follow updates as police are donating riot gear in case of something may to come. You can see them there in the streets trying to disperse these students, and we will keep an eye on it throughout the show.